turn scars into skits, old wounds into bits. Every call in, every friend feels like Sunday once again. From the grind to the glow up, glass half empty, you pour more up. You take the weight we hold below and lift it on the Lavar Walker Show. This that Lavar Walker Show, where the real ones talk and the wild thoughts go. We laugh, we cry, yeah, we let it roll. Healing through a joke and a story for the soul. This that Lavar Walker Show, turn it up loud, let the whole block know. From pain to punchlines, watch the wisdom glow. Yeah, this that Lavar Walker Show. Hey, some days heavy, some days light. You still find a way to make it feel alright. When the world's too loud, when the bill's too high, I press play, hear your voice, and I remember why. This that Lavar Walker Show, where the real ones talk and the wild thoughts go. We laugh, we cry.
Yeah. We back again. What's happening, good people? We back in the building, man. Welcome back to another episode of the greatest show on earth. We are here at the Lavar Walker Show. Hope you guys are having a great morning, a great, wonderful, and prosperous morning. So you haven't seen me for a little bit, and you have not. And that's because I've had to go get a job. Shit, I had to go back to work. So we can start there. So I'm just filling in. I had to dust off the pharmacist's license because the money has been drying up. So, that's why it's called the fallback. And it's not a bad one at that. But times are rough right now. It's rough. It is rough in these comedy streets. Now, you have those outliers that are selling tickets, but they're far and few in between. Most comedy clubs are down 30 to 40%, and people just lack discretionary income to come out to shows. And, you do so much as a comic, but I'll be damned if I be sitting up begging the motherfucker to buy my ticket. I just can't do it. There's too many ways to make money. So y'all will be able to catch me here. I'll try to do this. What are we doing? 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. Try to get to y'all, every day that I can get to y'all. Some days I might not be able to because I'm hustling so hard. But yeah, that's what it is. That's where I'm at right now. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all come on in. But all this shit is temporary. Businesses go up and down. Businesses go up and down, and I've had a wonderful 5-year vacation. What's happening, Todd Campbell? Good to see you, brother. We got a lot of things we need to cover today. Sidney Starr, Chief, what is his name? Keefe D. I think the D is for dumb. And also, their Strait of Hormuz is just not opening. It's not opening no matter how much Trump lies. But let's start with this Sidney Starr thing. So Sidney Starr is a trans person. Sidney Starr is famous. Sidney Starr is a reality TV show person that said she made love to Chingy. She lied on Chingy. And now Sidney Starr has been found in a room with a child. With a 15, 16-year-old boy. And I have some news in regards to that. Let me see what I got here. I got some reports here that I want to show y'all. This is very, very disturbing news. I don't know if they're going to put Sidney in a man's prison or a woman's prison, but if she is down there on Rice Street, I know it's going to be like when she walk in there or he walk in there, they going to get hard. And I think, hey, this is a good place for Sidney Starr to be jail because she'll find love or he'll find love, whatever you want to call him, will find love there. So This is I guess, an alleged report of something that happened there. Okay, so from the police report, this is allegedly what happened. Two boys at the hotel visiting Georgia for a football event, and Sidney saw the boys and was following them around for a bit. Then Sidney approached the boys and they tapped phones to share contacts. You know, you tap your iPhone together. She texted the boy and told him come up to her room, but the elevators only go to the exact floor you're staying on, meaning she had to take him up to her floor with her card. So now they on the elevator go up to her room. The boy was nervous. They get into the room and the sex acts start. The boy tries to push Sydney off him and tries to leave and starts trying to run out the room. Then Sydney, big ass, grabbed the child's leg because he fell trying to get away. What a monster. This nigga's a monster. So now she basically holding him and he can't get away. Then she start offering him money to finish and keep it between them, but he keeps fighting her off and eventually breaks free. He runs to tell his family and immediately calls the police. What a monster. And when I think of that, you know, the trauma that this child endured, the horrific trauma, the sickening trauma. And we have been told that we cannot call this nigga a man. We have been told and conditioned in society to respect him as a woman. We have to respect him as a woman, or you lose your job, you lose your benefits, you lose everything. This is predator on another level. This poor young child, could you imagine the trauma, right? It's one thing for an adult to try you, you know, as a child, you know, there's a lot of sick things that go on. But now you don't even know what's trying you. You know, this child saw a woman, but then this woman pulled her meat out on the child or his meat out. And now the child is confused. Like not only trauma, but now the child is doubly confused about what is going on. So I don't, you know, Sydney's gonna have to stay in jail for quite some time. I'm sure he, she, or she, he, or whatever the hell you want to call it, will be happy down there on Rice Street. There are some men in there that will not mind dating him, okay, or shim. Can we call him a shim? What do you call that? Call him a shim. That some sick person said that the child identified as an adult, which was the sickest, cruelest thing you could say. But I mean, this is just really sad. It's really pathetic. And I'm at a loss for words. But these are the people you can't do jokes on. You lose your job. These are the people that went after Chappelle. And I'm not saying all of them are bad, but this just takes the cake. This literally takes the cake. Shout out to T Slice, Alex Woods, Todd Campbell, Drake's dad's mustache. Yes, this is Predator. I mean, it sounds, you know, reading this to me sounds like a horror film. You know, just thinking of that baby on that hotel room trying to desperately get away as the child is tackled on the floor, and the child's leg is held and dragged back in. I just want you to picture that child, just picturing Sydney grabbing the child by the leg. Just imagine you're trying to run off, you're trying to get away, and then you're a child trying to get away from this predator. And the predator, you trip and fall, and the predator grabs you by the leg and just drags you back in with all they might. And you just hollering for your mom or your dad or somebody to help you. Okay? Yes, and T Slice says, Damon, I'm a boy. Yeah, that sounds like the next Friday scene with Cat Williams in that bathroom. Just Just unbelievable. I'm just at a loss for words. And I don't know. Could y'all tell me, chat, how much time do you think he'll get for this? Can somebody tell me? Somebody tell me that, please. Let's see what we got here. We got the news. Make sure I can. Let me make sure that you guys can hear.
Yes. Sports and Imports is a buy here, pay here that's been serving the metro Atlanta community for over 20 years. With
A reality TV star facing serious allegations in Fulton County after she was arrested on child sex charges.
Sydney Favors, known as Sidney Starr from Love and Hip Hop and Baddies, has been arrested, accused of sexually assaulting a juvenile. Police say the investigation started Saturday at the Embassy Suites on International Boulevard in Hapeville. Favors is now facing multiple felony charges and is being held in the Fulton County Jail. Now, because the case involves an underage person, police are not sharing any additional details.
Look at that. Somebody said she looked like Big Meech, or he looked like Big Meech. But what's amazing to me, I think how the news is still protecting the pronouns. That's interesting. I don't think your pronouns should be protected after you've assaulted a child. I think the pronoun protection of pronouns goes away at that point. And now you just have to deal with real hard consequences, man. You got to deal with the consequences. Just look at it. Just a monster. Look to your neighbor and say monster. It's just unreal, man. Also, too, in the news, I saw that not rapper, but Keefe D. I don't know if y'all know who this guy is, but he's an older guy going around telling people how they took out Tupac. And he was doing podcasts and videos. Now, they gave this guy, like, immunity from this crime, I believe, in Vegas, because I guess he must have told who the assailants were. So they gave him immunity in Vegas. And they said, listen, you got immunity, you're good. But he goes on national platforms because he wants to make the money. He wants to be famous. And then they just put a case on him. And now he's in jail. Keefe D is about almost 60 years of age. So a 10-year sentence is pretty much life. So he's in jail now because he's dumb. He's dumb. Okay? He doesn't have his screws are loose up there. I don't know why he thought that would be a game. You go around talking about committing to a heinous act of felonious crime, and you want to go visit podcast and get on Vlad and just get to talking. So I just pray that Keefe D rots in jail. He's where he wants to be. I have no sympathy or empathy for Keefe Dumb because he's stupid. And he'll be going to trial, I believe, in August, and he's going to have to pay for that crime. Didn't even pull the trigger. But you're going to sit the rest of your natural days because you're stupid. And a lot of these guys that go on these podcasts and admit to these acts, the saddest part is they try to blame the podcast host for them being an idiot because they want to be in the light. And a lot of these guys are like flies. You know when you set up your light trap outside and the fly flies into the light and then the fly just dies because the light will zap him. You know, I'm pretty sure there are other flies that try to tell him, hey, man, don't go into that light. And that fly looks at the other fly and goes, man, I can't help it. It's so beautiful. I gotta feel the light. And they go into it and vap, and they just go up in flames, and they little wings just go up and fall down to the floor, and they're done. And that's the same thing with a lot of these guys that go on podcasts and they just admitting to crimes and rapping about the crimes they commit. It's just pathetic to me. It's really pathetic. So, yeah, Keefe D. Even he admitted, I was watching him, he did an interview on the news. And so I was watching him, and I mean, he almost admitted, I think he admitted to extortion in the interview. He's just talking about how Pac, I think he mentioned something, how Tupac was the money. Like, why would I want to do something to Pac? Pac was the money. It's just unreal to me. I don't really understand these people, but a lot of these guys, a lot of these guys need mental health counseling. They need mental health counseling. It's unreal. I think somebody interviewed him. And he was talking to him. Is that it?
This professional 32 terabytes SSD capable of holding the entire...
I'm going to show y'all this real quick. Yeah, I'm with you, Drake's dad mustache. My job, and I feel like I love to do it, is to shame the behavior, right? You got to make it so uncool and so embarrassing to even admit you a street guy. So it has to be shamed in the darkness. A lot of black people don't respond to just you being kind or trying to tell them, hey, don't do this, this is wrong. You have to shame them. You have to look them in the face and tell them, like, bro, this is disgusting behavior. You're lower than dirt to me. I don't respect you. And you should just get away from me. This is what you have to tell them. Because anything else, you try to do candlelight vigils and all that shit, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. So let's see what we got.
Collection of the New York Public Library is something you won't find at Best Buy or any electronics retailer, even if you were willing to drop $1,000.
This afternoon, an 8 News Now exclusive before one of the biggest trials in Las Vegas history. A sit-down interview with a man accused in the murder of Tupac Shakur. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis speaking with investigator Vanessa Murphy. A quick note, our team was not allowed to put a microphone on Davis due to security. That's why we've included subtitles.
The trial surrounding the murder of rap legend Tupac Shakur nearly 30 years ago is just days away. We were given the rare opportunity to sit down with the man at the center of it all, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, face to face while he waits here in jail.
Did you have anything to do with the murder of Tupac Shakur?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I wasn't even in the matter. I wasn't in the matter, period.
Do you regret the book and the interview?
Yeah, I was just after the money, and they said I was covered. I did it for the money. You know what I'm saying? And
but did anyone tell you maybe it's not a good idea to do that because they might arrest you after they hear you say that or read it in your book? Like, did anyone close to you say, not a good idea?
That was a ghostwriter. I didn't write that book. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about no Winston Churchill, Frank Sinatra. Just read the book. You know I didn't write that book. You know what I'm saying? And the black thing, the lady, she gave me $150,000.
But then when I was watching the interview this week, and the way you sort of go through it by play, like, then this happened, it's very believable.
They wrote me a script to follow. My lawyer came with the script. It seemed like he was in bed with them the whole time.
When you were talking in this interview about Tupac's murder and when you were doing this book, were you considering maybe his family at all?
No, I just did it for the money, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to feed my family, you know what I'm saying? And it's wrong. It's just wrong. I'm an innocent man. And they said, yeah, crib. I haven't been around that stuff since like '89. I stopped that stuff, pulled up my pants. I'm not no leader, no Crips, or none of that stuff. That's wrong. They just try to make their case look good or something. He's the leader of the Crips. He's way up there in the Crips. No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? There's no color line. I'm messing with Bloods, Crips, everybody. You know what I'm saying? I was just wasn't the leader of the Crips. I helped Suge Knight get that record company together. You know what I'm saying? And why would I kill the guy that's making us the most money? You know what I'm saying? He's the best rapper back then. Why would I kill our money like that? It don't make sense. Suge Knight will tell you that I didn't do it. So,
Has the DA's office offered you any plea deals, and would you consider a plea deal?
I'm not gonna take no plea deal because I didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, you better take that plea deal. He not gonna take the plea deal. Are you crazy, man? You better take the deal. They are going to sandbag you, man. You ain't gonna never, ever, ever see the light of day. I mean, you get in there with that damn public defender, you not taking the plea deal. Are you kidding me?
And I'm 63. I had a cancer battle, and I got 3 stents
We don't care.
to my heart. And the average American lives to like 74 years old. 10 years, I'm dead. So what I don't like taking the deal. You know what I'm saying?
Man, just take the deal, bro.
I heard it was like something from 10 to 25. I'm not gonna do that. You know?
You're going to do that if you don't take the deal.
So I'm not gonna take a deal like that. Especially after I haven't done nothing. I'm an innocent man.
How concerned are you that you'll be convicted after this trial and you won't get to spend your final years with your family?
Yeah, I think the Ninth Circuit Court's gonna let me go. I think they're gonna let me go, because it's not right. I'm gonna be all right though, because God upstairs, he got me, and he know I ain't this. Yeah, and I hate I put my family in jeopardy like this. So that's one regret I have.
Jury selection is scheduled for August 10th. Vanessa Murphy, 8 News Now.
Davis is now represented by defense attorney Michael Samft, who was not originally representing him. The 8 News Now investigators interviewed Samft. You can find that.
Yeah, so now the lawyer, you know, he just want to get, I guess lawyers take these cases because they want to get some type of name recognition. It's like a commercial because the lawyer knows, you know, with him pleading out, he's going to go down. But I guess they take the case so you know his name and maybe you can get some other cases. I don't know. But it's really sad. I know he also talked about his family, and I'm pretty sure Keefe hasn't helped his family at all. So he gets to ride in jail, and that's good. That's really good. And we have to celebrate that in the community because we want to get this type of filth off the streets and out of our community to protect, you know, so we have protection over our community. You can't have that running around. It's not good. It's not good for anybody involved. So, and then too, I want to see like in the book, I know he did a book about Tupac and these crimes he did. I want to know what he wrote in the book. Let's see what they got. The book is called Compton Street Level. Okay. Yeah, so he did a whole what was said about see. Okay, here's some passages from this book. Yeah, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at this, people. There we go. Here we go. Davis 60 in the book. He details in the book how he was in Vegas on September 7, 1996 to see Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Hotel. Did it come down? There we go. After the match, Tupac and then Death Row Records boss Marion Suge Knight and their alleged gang, the Mob Pyru Bloods, attacked his beloved nephew Orlando Baby Lane Anderson at the hotel, an altercation which was caught on camera. Davis and his crew were waiting at a different meeting spot, and in the book he explains how some members of the 118 East Coast Crips came running up to their group to inform them some death row N-words jumped on his nephew down by the casino. He writes, we couldn't let no record company studio gangsters do us like that. They had lost their effing rapping ass minds. Davis said he had already agreed to help Tupac's East Coast rivals, including Puffy, a.k.a. Sean Combs, but says he didn't go to Vegas with the intention of getting into trouble with Tupac. However, he added how after he jumped his nephew, it became ominously personal. While they were preparing to head to Club 662, where Tupac was set to perform, Davis says a man named Eric Von Zip pulled him into his Mercedes-Benz and showed him a gun, reportedly telling the now alleged murderer it's time to get the money. Davis, Anderson, and two other men waited in the back parking lot of the club for Tupac and his entourage to come outside. There was no need for words. We all understood why we were there, he wrote. After Tupac didn't show up for an hour and a half, Davis ordered his men to leave, and they went to a liquor store. At that point, they happened to cross Tupac and Suge's car, which they instantly recognized because the rapper was hanging out of the passenger window as fans called his name. Davis' car pulled a U-turn and rolled up alongside the car. Davis claims he saw Tupac reach underneath into the car to grab a weapon, and that's when the fireworks started. One of my guys from the back seat grabbed a Glock and started busting back, Davis wrote in his book. As the rounds continued flying, I dug down so that I wouldn't get hit. In other interviews, Davis claimed Anderson, who was gunned down and died in 1998, had been the one who shot Tupac 4 times in the chest. Anderson denied involvement in Shakur's murder and was never charged. The other 2 men in the car, Terrence Brown and DeAndre Smith, are also now dead. After the bullets stopped, Davis said the Cadillac took off and no one followed them. I don't know why the Vegas police didn't check Tupac's hands for powder burns to see if he was shooting, because the car we were in was shot up. I don't understand why people act like Tupac was an angel. Davis and his crew eventually ditched the car while they were waiting to cross Las Vegas Boulevard, saw the ambulance carrying Tupac rush by. Pac would die 6 days later on September 13th from his injuries. After watching the ambulances carry the rapper and Suge to the hospital, Davis's crew went back to the hotel to pop our bottles and partied like it was any other night. More of the story, real gangsters are nothing to F with, David wrote. So let's just go back to that right there in those quotes. The moral of the story, real gangsters are nothing to F with, Davis wrote. Let me read that again. The moral of the story is real gangsters are nothing to F with. You're right, Davis. And that's why you're going to rot in the penitentiary for the rest of your natural life, because y'all nothing to F with. And you don't need to be on the streets, Keefe. I don't care if you're going to die in there. Hopefully you will check out at 70, so you won't have no more than a 10-year sentence. However, Davis did admit he does have a deep sense of remorse for what happened to Tupac. Davis was indicted on one count of open murder with a deadly weapon. He is expected to appear in court in the coming days to determine his custody trial date. They're about to fry. Let me tell you something. They are about to fry Chief Keefe Dumb Davis. The D is for dumb. Just dumb. Just dumb. We have to expel ourselves in the community of the street guy narrative. It just has to go away. We can no longer afford to hold this up. Similar to, I don't see Italian people continuously holding up the mafia. And we have to do the same as a community in order for us to succeed, man. It's really, really sad, man. Anyway, moving along, Drake's dad Mustard said, yeah, that's just too detailed. Sally Coleman, I cannot do anything for money. I love Lord and Savior. Good for you, Sally. He wrote Orlando was the one who smoked pot. Well, it don't matter because he's going to pay for those sins. He was in that car. That's aiding and abetting. He's done. He's done. We're not going to see him anymore. Let him rot. At least he got 3 meals and health care at his age. So, hey, this is good. This is really, really good. So, goodbye, Keefe. Moving right along, as you know, Trump, for the 15th time, we have a deal. We have a deal with the people of Iran. They want to make a deal. He keeps saying they want to make a deal. There are no leaders from Iran. And he keeps going over this over and over again. You've destroyed their military. You've taken out all their leaders. You allegedly winning this war, but the Strait will not open. So who's really losing here? Who's losing? So every week, Trump does this to manipulate the stock market because the stock market is being controlled. Well, oil is being traded by AI bots. The AI is trading oil now. I don't even think oil is being traded with humans involved at this point. And what happens is when he talks as the president of the United States and he says they have a deal, the price of the barrel of oil on paper is trading. Crude oil is probably trading at about $85 a barrel. However, if you go out into the real world and you are actually buying the barrel of oil, the barrel of oil costs about $150. Now we are reaching a cliff of no return. So the only option Trump has right now, he's more than likely going to have to put boots on the ground. He's going to have to send some of our soldiers over there to die for a pointless war. I don't know why we over there. Nobody can explain it to me. And I don't even care what party you're a part of. And if you are with the war, just come in. Let me know why. Why are we over there? Why are we over there? They keep making the excuse of nuclear weapons, and that's hogwash. Then people wasn't thinking about us. Obama had a really good deal in place. Trump tore that deal up due to his ego. Come to find out that was the best deal. So then they didn't want to redo the deal. He was going to tore up Obama's deal just to do the same deal that Obama made again. Now oil is going through the roof. Prices are going through the roof. Inflation is going through the roof. And the American economy is teetering, like we're slowly floating, like we all on the Titanic, and we're slowly floating to the barge, like to the ice, to the big ice glacier. And the boat is about to crash. Oil reserves are low. and we're done. And understand this, when it comes to this oil, it's not just about the gas for your car. Oil makes the world go round. Every nation's GDP is tied in a 1-to-1 ratio to the amount of energy that that nation produces. So nations, the more energy a nation produces, the higher the GDP. When you disrupt 25% of the world's oil, then guess what? You just reduce the nation's capacity and the world's capacity of energy, which will trigger what? It'll trigger a global recession. That's what's going to happen. We're looking at a global recession. Have you noticed when you go to the grocery store, you buy 4 items for $70? Have you noticed the price of a car? Like, think about it. An Escalade, a brand new Escalade right now is $150,000. They even went up on the Cybertruck, but they're not necessarily going up. It's just the value of the dollar is getting smaller and smaller. So to make $100,000 a year right now is like making $60,000 a year. This is due to energy, oil, inflation. Because guess what? Oil is used to make fertilizer. The fertilizer is used to grow food. If you don't have enough fertilizer to grow food, food is going to become more and more expensive. Plastics will become more and more expensive. Everything becomes more expensive. Did we learn something today? I hope I'm here able to teach. I hope I'm here able to teach today. And this don't just have to be a stupid show of me talking nonsense and making loud noises and hollering with nothing to talk about. Now, this is the truth, man. This is the truth. So the Strait is not opening. We're in trouble. And even if there's an incoming president to come in to try to clean this up, I mean, would you trust America if you did it? Just imagine you do a deal with a guy, right? You say, we go do this deal, man. Listen, let's put the guns down. Let's make a deal. And you like, all right, cool. Let's make a deal. Then we sign off on the deal. And then 2 days later, you tear the deal up and attack me again. What nation is going to trust us? Like, make it make sense. I want somebody to make this make sense to me, because the news is doing a poor job overall and, speaking truth to power with this. It's ridiculous. Let me stop being too honest, because nobody wants to hear these truths. Nobody wants to hear them. No one wants to hear the truth. So we should be back fighting now, because he only does it like Trump will say we got a deal. Trump will say we got a deal like in the beginning, like every Friday we have a deal to get the market okay. After 9 a.m. when the bell goes off, no more deal. We're fighting again. So like he said, we had a deal. They want to make a deal. They want to come to an agreement. So here we are. This is Fox News. This is an hour ago. Let's see what they say.
Hey guys, good morning. While the Trump administration explores a diplomatic solution with Iran, the IRGC is continuing attacks in the Gulf. Overnight, at least 2 cargo ships were hit with unknown projectiles, according to maritime tracking groups. At least 1 crew member is reportedly missing from one of the vessels. The incidents do come as the U.S. naval blockade remains in effect. CENTCOM says that as of August 3rd, they have redirected 44 commercial vessels and disabled 2 others. President Trump posted to Truth Social on Monday, saying in part, nothing gets through to Iran unless we want it to, and nothing will get through unless a deal or total surrender is accomplished. The president went on to say whether Iran wants to admit it or not, we are in fact talking of a solution to a problem that they have caused.
This is that they have caused. Now listen, you see what Trump said, nothing gets through to Iran. You know what oil getting through that strait? Chinese oil. Chinese oil is getting through that strait. And I would dare the U.S. to block Chinese oil. And then all hell will break loose. Now we have full World War III, which I think is coming. This is why they all, look, I never understood why you wanted peace in the Middle East. You want peace in the Middle East because you want energy to flow. That's the whole point. You want the world to be at maximum output of energy. That's why you want to keep peace in the Middle East.
The president described the state of play with Iran yesterday from the Oval Office.
Mr. President, are the talks with Iran now off and are airstrikes
No,
back
they're
on?
They're going on right now. It's an amazing thing. We have a little problem with Iran because we have many talks and we'll say we have or we don't have. You know, we're straight about it. But they deny, but they're not denying it now. This is the last chance. This is not something that, if it doesn't happen, this is the last chance for them to sign a good document.
Reports indicate Iran and Oman are nearing a deal regarding control of the Strait of Hormuz and splitting service fees between them. It's not clear if these terms would be acceptable to the Trump administration that has maintained zero fees should be charged in this international waterway.
We can confirm that the efforts are still ongoing with all the parties. We are looking towards diplomatic resolution as we are speaking right now. As you know, there are current efforts on the ground that are in very progressive stages, and we are working with all the parties to see this effort. So I can confirm that the efforts are ongoing as we speak.
There are uncertain days ahead as the region waits to see if a deal is possible or if the Middle East is looking at a return to.
I don't know how you make a deal after you kill everybody. You killed every leader. You killed all these people, blew up a school. How do you say, all right, it's all right. You got us. Hey, you killed all our leaders, blew up our bridges, destroyed all our infrastructure. Yeah, let's just shake hands now. Let's call it a truce. Oh my gosh, man. You can't even make this stuff up. Really sad. Really sad. I saw something interesting. Amazon is training people. This is Amazon training people to work in slippery conditions on ice. So they have this inside of the Amazon facility. Look at it.
I just remember they pay by the hour. I like this guy. Yeah. Training with the shit. I ain't gonna lie, you good at this though. You got good balance. Yeah, she cold.
I want to do mine without the strap.
I just remember they pay by the hour. I like this guy. Yeah. Training with
Amazon act like these people gonna have that harness on when they out there in the ice storm.
shit.
What she got a harness on for? Take the harness off. She not gonna have that out in the streets.
I ain't gonna lie, you good at this though. You got good balance. Yeah, she cold.
I want to do mine without the strap.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all my Amazon people, man. You know what I mean? When it come to working hard, that's hard work, man. Shout out to them, man. I can't thank people at Amazon enough, man. Amazon, FedEx, UPS, man, they really are the backbone of the country. So shout out to all them people. However, that harness that they got on, just take it off and let them, you know, that's not going to work because you're not going to have that on outside. Gina Rodriguez, what's good, baby? If you don't laugh, you will definitely cry about it. Not in my 55 years of life would I have thought that I would see what's happening with the world now. That's what's up. Stinker Bell. It's Stinker Bell's birthday, y'all. Give it up to the great Stinker. Stinker Bell. Happy birthday to you, dear. Another one around the sun. Happy birthday to you. So dope. Good job, Stinker Bell. How old are you, Stinker Bell? If you want to share that with us, it's up to you. It is up to you. $39. Give it up, Stinker Bell. 39 years of age. You still a baby. You are still a baby. At this new little facility I'm filling in at, I think I'm the oldest person there. I'm literally like the oldest person in this place. And I just realized that. Like I don't think I look that old. I don't know, I probably do. But I'm literally like I'm the OG. Like I am a pawpaw in this facility, which is amazing to me because I still remember being so young. But 39 is very, very young. Very, very young. So you still young, man. And it flies by. But let's look at this. I want to look at a little video. This was from an interview that Tasha K did. I guess she running an ad or something. So let's take a look at this. This is a Tasha K video with Sidney Starr. I guess she was going off or something.
Yeah, okay. We'll see. Maddie, listen, I will drop the address to the studio. You can come gladly say this to my face. The fact remains that you'll never be a bitch. You, bitch, that's why you went and bought it. That's why you went and bought it. I'm proud to be nappy-headed. I got my real hair, bitch. You bought some hair. I got my real hair, bitch. You bought some hair. You brought the lips. You brought the cheeks. You brought them bunched-ass titties. You brought that black-ass necrosis ass. I don't have it. I don't have it, Maddie. I don't have it, bitch. I ain't got it. But
It's funny because T.S. Madison shows sound like a man. Like when they argue, the man comes out.
I got womanhood. I got womanhood. Don't bust a blood vessel trying to bleed now. Don't bust a blood vessel trying to bleed like us now. Pipe down. Pipe down. You real disrespectful. Remember, I'm mother. I'm mother.
Okay, but real question. Have you ever gotten ready for date night and realized you've been running around all day? Work, errands, life, and now you're supposed to feel fresh and confident? That's why I keep Umi in my purse. It's a pre-moistened essential oil infused
What is that? A whole towel? That's a whole wash.
terry cloth towel that actually refreshes your skin, not just masks it. It wipes away sweat, leaves you feeling
I guess the hoe can take a shower and you keep a shower pack in your purse. You gotta wash it off.
clean, and gives you that subtle fresh scent without being overpowering. One quick reset in the car.
That is, I bet not kid. Fellas, if you see her with these Umi towels, you know what you dealing. You dealing with a whore.
And I'm good, fresh, confident, and ready for whatever the night brings. Trust me, stay ready.
Hey, are you a whore? Tired of washing off in a gas station sink? Well, look, carry a Umi towel in your purse. You can wash that, you can wipe that coochie right off. It's just like you're brand new with Umi.
And keep Umi in your purse. Head over to tryumi.com and place your order.
That is nasty. You know, I'm going to go pass those out to the lot lizards. I'm going to go to the truck stop and pass those out to the lot lizards. That'll be good. And Umi, y'all should set a table up out at, if the Umi people see this, I think it'll be good if y'all set up a table out at the truck stops for the lot lizards and you offer these as free samples. I think that would go over nice. That will go over nice. Oh, oh, oh. I don't know. Let me see. What's up, Kanashara Rogers? Did I say that right? Kanashara, Kanashara Lee Annette. Okay, money cannot cover who you are inside. Do not feel bad for Sidney Starr because somewhere inside, excuse the pronoun if wrong, he knew he was like that. Shaking my head, kids are off limits. Like, I'm 35 and I know man going to get help for anything. Why won't they just get help? I don't think they get, I think we're in a weird place in society where society kind of rewards confusion. Society rewards. Now, there's nothing wrong with having empathy or sympathy with people with mental health conditions, but it's almost like you're rewarded to be, just crazy. Like you're rewarded. Like, you know what I mean? Like you get a medal. Like if I show up with some titties and a skirt, you know what I mean? I get applause. And that's what we've been rewarding in society for quite some time now. And these people are confused, man. So it's really sick. I really don't know what to say. And look, it's to each his own. I don't have anything against my trans people. I'm not going to look at Sidney as doing this as all of y'all being bad, right? But, it could be some confusion a lot of times. It could be confusion there. Like, for instance, even Caitlyn Jenner doesn't date men. Caitlyn is a lesbian, right? Like, does that make sense? I don't know, man. It's just weird. Jay-Z is doing a GQ shoot. I don't know what this is about. I mean, I see you got the pieces in. I don't know who did this shoot. But this is the new 50, baby. This is what 55 looks like. And Jay ain't got no grays either. He ain't got no grays. I guess this is before he cut his hair off, they did this shoot. I don't know what they were trying to get off with this, but yeah, that's that. That is that. Oh man, this is something interesting. This is something interesting for parents. I just saw this. FBI warns Georgia parents about posting back to school pictures, bad actors online. With Georgia leading the nation in sextortion cases, parents are told to monitor children's internet activity. Many districts in metro Atlanta returned to school this week, and the FBI is warned about posting back to school photo and bad actors on the internet. The FBI said parents may unintentionally include information that could fall into the hands of bad actors, including where children live or where they wait for the bus. Very interesting. An online person is very different. That is a different friend. A friend who shouldn't have access to your home address. They shouldn't have access to your phone number. And they shouldn't know when your family is going on vacation. Graham advises parents to keep an eye on what their children are doing online and who they're communicating with. Georgia leads the nation in the sextortion, according to FBI, with victims as young as 7 years old. I tell young people all the time, like, if anyone ever asks you for something indecent online, it is not another child. That is not what kids do. The FBI urges parents to remind kids to tell an adult if contacted by. Yeah, be careful posting them pics, man. Be careful posting them pics. And, you're just trying to, and people, they happy. These times and these memories go by, you just want to share them. But, you got too many predators out here, It could be somebody, like Sidney Starr out there looking at your child, It's not good. It's not good. This is so creepy. Now, I want y'all to look at this, man. This is a video of the singer David that cut up the little girl. This is him in a grocery store, and I guess he's being approached by an influencer in a bloody shirt.
Hey, excuse me, quick question. Oh, shit. What are you up to? You call me my work clothes, bro. You know, I still got the tie. I'm trying to...
That's his work shows, a blood-splattered shirt. And I'm guessing, what is this, the blood of Celeste? Do you call this the Celeste shirt? And he's holding, this is the society we live in now, with psychopaths are just walking around like nice people inside of a store, and they're doing a Tide commercial.
Sleep up a little bit. You think Tyler's gonna get all that out? I hope so. What's your...
He used Tide. So after he cut the little girl up, hey, after you cut up a little girl and stuff her in the trunk of your Tesla, use Tide. That'll get out the blood.
Name, David, how are you feeling today? It's raining outside. I think I got a cold. I'm kind of sick. What song do you put on when you're in bed and feeling sick? Romantic Homicide.
When he's feeling sick and he's down, he plays Romantic Homicide so he can reminisce about using the chainsaw and cutting that baby up into little pieces before he drove off in the Tesla.
How does that one go? I'm scared. It feels like you don't care.
Do you see this? This shit is like something out of Batman. This is a evil villain out of a Spider-Man or Batman film. Okay?
Yeah. Little rainy song. Appreciate it.
Just imagine that's your daughter. You got to look at this nigga in there doing a Tide ad. If I'm Tide, I would think they would want to get this pool. They would want to get this pool.
Hey, excuse me. Question. Oh, shit.
That is insane. You can't even make this stuff up, man. This is where we at. What's happening, St. Marquis? Shout out to everybody at the job right now. If you got your job, look, celebrate, because it's rough out here. Oh, my goodness. Oh. He in jail. This was before he went to jail. This, like, right here, like, the body is still in the front of the Tesla. So the body right now is in a tow yard, rotting, while he's out and about being a nice guy. Yeah, I believe, and that's true, they condone a relationship. Yeah, I think mom and daddy they need to take their ass to jail too or deport them. I honestly feel that way. You sent your 13-year-old daughter to date a 20-some-year-old, like it's sick. That's sick, man. I did some bits on this. I got a bit I did on this too. I'm still working on it. I'm not gonna let y'all see it until I gotta tighten it up. But it's gonna be really, really funny. Let me show y'all. I wouldn't think when I think of a guy like the Game, like we the same age, like I guess the Game might he hitting 50. I'll be 49. I'm sure if he not 49, he probably just turned 48. Let me see how old the Game is. No, so the game is 46. And it seems like, well, all he did, it doesn't seem like he'll be having a midlife crisis like this. Look at it. Yeah, I already talked about the Strait. Y'all showed up late. Yes, I talked about the Strait. Why y'all show up so late? Y'all gonna be able to see it because I'm gonna upload it on YouTube anyway. But I talked about the Strait of Hormuz already. But let's get into the game. So the game, to me, just seems at 46 years of age, he's having a midlife crisis. And it seemed like people that have midlife crisis, I wouldn't think they would be the ones that have lived such a kind of a rock star life, or like being a gangster rapper and, making the money and having the hoes and doing everything you've done. But, it looks disturbing. So
I fucked your bitch, hold up. Your face look mad and shit. She sucked my dick and you kissed her.
I mean, look at it. Like, this is just, I mean, the game is 46. I guess he's still gangbanging at 46. He's out there, he's turning up. Just, I don't understand, like, why, like what's the point, man? He came out, I watched him in his verses. He drank a whole bottle of Don Julio, just a whole bottle. And it's so sad what has happened to the rapper. Like rap is just in a free fall. Rap is in a literal free fall. I never would have thought in a million years, if you was to tell me back in 1998 or 2002, that all these gangster rappers you see would want to be Oprah. They would want to sit down and be talk show hosts. I'd be like, man, you alive. I never would have saw this coming. And it's just like the game is lost, bro, because it's like being this at this age is just not cool. And it's just like nobody cares. And then too, like for instance, the game's fan base would be, I think like your fan base is typically 10 years younger and 10 years older than you are. So his fan base is typically between the ages of 36 to 56 years of age. And it's just like, bro, like, what are we doing, bro? I think it looks cool on the man. You in your 50s, you pushing 50. Just being with your family, taking vacations, bro, just chilling, trying to give the youth some game, no pun intended, but trying to get a youth some game, but just not, just on stage acting like you 25, bro. Like it's so terrible. It's just not a good look. It's nasty. And the hip hop ages like, it just ages so bad, bro. I can't even explain it. Because they don't grow up mentally. They don't grow up mentally, man. It's nasty. It's just nasty. Because he's lost. He doesn't know where to go. Like, everybody was playing gangster. What's most surprising to me about the rap game is the two biggest rappers on earth are Drake and Kanye. Drake and Kanye are non-street, non-gangster. They talk about their feelings. They talk about what they're going through. And these guys are the two biggest rappers walking the face of the earth. And a lot of the guys who are like the gangster street rappers are like, to me, it's like they Neanderthals, bro. Like literal Neanderthals who just lack emotional intelligence and emotional maturity. They're like traumatized Neanderthals. And people observe them now like, huh. It's like you look at this shit like, huh. Like, that's how you look at this. Like, this is sad. I wouldn't want to be nowhere around no nigga like this. at this big old ass age. I would be like, bro, I'm cool, nigga. Like, it's just too much. It's too much. No different from the hoes you see at 50 going to get an ass shot and all that, and you out in the club, bitch. Y'all are the same. They the same. Just like the females on that shit at that age. They the same people, bro. They the same. It's just nasty. Oh, I need to turn it. Can y'all hear that TV in the back? Let me turn this TV down. Let me turn down my TV downstairs. No, hell no. That doesn't look like, let me tell you something, 540 Drake, because I'm not even hating on dude. That shit don't look like fun, my nigga. You think that's fun? Does that look like fun to you? Does that look like fun? That doesn't look like fun, bro. That look like a man that is going down. That look like a plane, bro, that was high in the sky, and you see both of the engines blown out, and it's crashing down to earth. Bro, I'm almost 50, and I can't stand, bro, I hate the club. I don't want to be in no club. I don't want to be, bro, I'm cool. I'm sorry, 540 Drake. I have to disagree. I'm disagreeing with you on that one. I'm not sure if it has to keep to it for money. But, I mean, that was him doing the verses. So, it's all perception, bro. That don't look happy to me, man. That don't look happy. Happiness to me looks like being on the boat with your fam, with your kids. Even if you ain't got no what, just being with your kids, man. That's happiness, bro. Being out there in them streets, being in the club, you in the section, sitting around a bunch of people that don't like you, or a bunch of people that's trying to use you, or a bunch of, like, it's disgusting. It's just disgusting. It's empty. It's nasty. I don't know, man. I maybe I'm just getting old. I'm just old. That's what it is. I'm just old, and I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it, bro. Well, it looks like just some breaking news. Senator Rand Paul is moving to hold Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress after Fauci invoked the Fifth Amendment over 100 times during last week's Senate hearing. Look, for them to point just the finger at Fauci and the government in regards to this COVID thing is insane. Everybody was involved. The whole country was involved. Y'all weaponized the country, made everybody get the shot. People open up clinics. Like, man, stop it. Man, stop it. Why don't somebody clip for me? Great take on the Strait. You should clip your summary. Bro, why I can't find no clippers? Is there some clippers out there to just clip this shit when I do it? I wish I could. Everybody I took the shot. I got vaccinated. I was I ain't gonna lie. I spoke on getting the vaccine. I was a proponent as a healthcare worker. As a pharmacist, before it came to America, when you looked at them videos in China and they spraying everything down and people dying and this, that, whatever, and they use this mRNA vaccine to come to really try to protect us. Now, the thing about it, this was a worldwide pandemic, and this was the first time that the thing ever hit. So nobody really knew what to do. So in looking at them, and I get it, I'm not saying Fauci is innocent. You know, they use their power, they weaponize their power, whatever. But in that moment, when we didn't know what this disease was, when we knew nothing about COVID, would it have been better if the government was just hands off and say, okay, cool, just let them die? Because at the same time, if you took the vaccine, if you didn't, I know people that died from COVID. Like, they act like nobody died from it. Am I wrong for this assessment? People died. People actually died from that shit. People died. You had people in the hospital, they were intubating them. People were dying. I took one that got sick, so I take no shots. Look, I took it. Now, am I going to grow a lizard tail in 2 years? I have no idea. But I do know people died. I thought, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to protect myself and protect others. When it comes to vaccines, you have flu vaccines, you have vaccines against polio. There were all types of vaccines, vaccines for tetanus, diphtheria, all these vaccines, measles, even chickenpox. Kids don't get chickenpox no more. That's a vaccine. My son is vaccinated for he will never get chickenpox. So I don't know. Maybe you just let people do what the hell they want to do if another pandemic occurs. But I think everybody's responsible. What'd you say? OFC, a pharmacist is going to take the vaccine. What does OFC mean, bro? Official? Yeah, I'm going to take the vaccine. Bro, I studied immunology in pharmacy school. So I wasn't really tripping. And based off of what was said, you know, as far as the vaccine was concerned, with it being an mRNA vaccine, it had your body just producing its own antibodies. So the vaccine stimulated your mRNA to produce antibodies to protect you from getting COVID. That's what it was for. So, and then at the end of the day, too, if you took it, and let me get close to the camera. At the end of the day, if you took the vaccine, if you didn't, guess what? You're going to die. You're still going to die. And you can say, well, I'm not going to die as soon as you, or I'm not going to die from a clot. It doesn't matter. When we both in that ground, we in the ground. Or we both in the inferno getting cremated. We in inferno. So it doesn't matter. You're going to die. Everybody that I'm talking to will die eventually. Okay? So it's what it is. Oh, of course. I'm old, bro. Thank you, Drake's dad. I like your name, Drake's dad's mustache. That's funny. Okay, of course. Yeah, you gonna die anyway. I made a decision to take it. I took it. Hey, it's what it is. Who knows? Who knows? Men take gas station pills every day. Nobody complains at the same time. Nobody complains about the dope, nothing. So it's what it is. Somebody said, watch and think like a man. I can't believe women were taking dating and sex advice from Steve Harvey. I need to talk to some women. After reading the book, Think Like a Man, did that help you get a man? Did any of y'all get a man after reading Steve Harvey's book? When y'all bought the book full of the worst advice on earth, did you get a man? Did anybody get a man or get married from reading Steve Harvey's book, Think Like a Man? Any ladies, did y'all, you know what I mean? I don't want to date no woman thinking like a man. I want to date a woman that think like a woman. Did any ladies here read the book Think Like a Man? And did it help you or not help? I would love to hear that. You just read it to see. So, counter Shara, you read Steve Harvey's book, Think Like a Man, to see. So, did you get anything out of it that has helped you in a relationship, or is there anything that you've used to kind of, help you? Let me know. Did it help? Stinkerbell says it wasn't for her. Never read the book, never bought the book. I thought all of it was comical. You got to have your own mind. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Everybody is listening to these relationship gurus on these podcasts. People are looking for advice all over the internet. But I would tell people this. Our life is this beautiful blank canvas, right? And you painting on it. You just paint. You shouldn't color in the lines. Just 'cause it should be messy. It should be mess everywhere. You're painting, you're learning, and the messier it is, the more beautiful the canvas of life will be. So you need to build your own experiences and learn from those experiences. These people are sitting up here, they got dating services. Women got dating services, ain't never been married, ain't never had one successful relationship, but they've become relationship gurus. And people listen to this shit. I don't understand that. Yes, communication is the only portion that help. Other than that, every person in their own that book did nothing but cast a generalized shadow over men who are individuals. Exactly. But that's life. Life is just creating, man. And then when you die and go on, guess what? Your canvas won't even matter. Your memory fades out and you're gone. So just paint as much as possible. You only get one canvas. That's it. Have fun. None of this shit even matters, bro. Let me tell y'all something. Somebody say you don't need straps to hold no bed down when you got Uncle Terry. This is Uncle Terry holding that bed down. Hell yeah. You ain't have to let me lay on it. I'ma lay on it, hell. Look at Uncle Terry. Uncle Terry risking his life to get that $30 mattress to wherever the hell they got to go. Bruh, come on, Uncle Terry. Uncle Terry, you should have threw that mattress away, man. It just got you a new one. They would have delivered it to the house instead of you laying out there in the middle of traffic on that bed that ain't really tied down. And that truck make one wrong turn and get hit, and you're done, Uncle Terry. And Uncle Terry is holding on to that mattress like he is just controlling the earth and the speed of the cars, and he's on the bed like nothing can happen. Like nothing can happen to Uncle Terry. Tell Uncle Terry to call me. Tell Uncle Terry to call me. Tell him to get a new mattress, man. Damn, I'd have bought him. Bro, if I would have saw that, I'd be like, man, look, bro, I'll just buy you a mattress, bro. This is ridiculous. Matter of fact, you can go get them from Sam's. They roll up. You. Oh, I know Uncle Terry ain't take that shot. We know that. Shit, Uncle Terry ain't been to the doctor in the last 30 years. Too cool for old school. I mean, bro, but come on. We ain't got to do that in 2026, though. Let's listen to Tupac calling to the radio station back in the 90s when the radio mattered. Is that it?
Here it is. Coming up on Wednesday, DJ Jellies.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Right.
Hot 97.5. It's the 5 o'clock traffic jam and the hot car phone check-in.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all didn't live through radio. A lot of y'all young, a lot of the young people out there, man, radio was it. This is when radio was at the peak. This summer of 96, Tupac calling to the radio station.
Coming up on Wednesday, DJ Jellies.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Right.
Hot 97.5. It's the 5 o'clock traffic jam and the hot car phone check-in. 741-9750. Uh-oh, wait a minute. The star line is ringing. Who's that out there?
Hey, yo, this Tupac driving on the 101 in L.A., California. Something beaming down on me, trying to give my little love to my homeboys. See what y'all doing out there, man.
Hey,
what's
happening, baby? This DJ Jelly, baby.
Yo, it's going down Wednesday.
It's you, baby.
Yo, and look, when Pac called on that radio, I'm just thinking about people driving in 96, listen to the radio. People got excited. You know, the excitement was, you know what I mean? Just him calling in like, oh, it's Pac, you know what I mean? You just driving, you know what I mean? You driving, holding your little CD player in your hand. If you ain't had no CD player built into your car, you know what I mean? You got the little CD hooked up to the tape deck. You know what I'm saying? You driving, you listening. Come on, man.
Babe, it's Wednesday. What's up with the Crystal?
Check it out. I'm going to see some Crystal, some Alizé, so you can have that third passion jumping on for your birthday, because I can't see. You drink some Crystal, Alizé, and tomorrow you're going to wake up a brand new man, baby.
Gotta work, baby. Hey, Mark.
What's up?
What project you working on, man? What you got up your sleeve?
Oh, man. Machiavelli. You know, my alias when I went to Outlaws was Machiavelli.
No doubt.
A whole album coming out.
That's so crazy, bro. And he died that year, dog. That man died that year, bro. I was 18. I was 18 years old, 1996. Crazy. I remember when Pac died, I was in my first year of college at Xavier University, and I was living in Carrollton Park Apartments. When Tupac died, I lived in a place called Carrollton Park Apartments, right across the street from Xavier University. And you know what's so interesting about me living in Carrollton Park Apartments? During this time, this was like, I think I'm going to say 96 was pretty much, I don't want to call it, would that be peak hip hop or pre-peak hip hop? So anyway, I'm living in Carrollton Park Apartments, 2 doors down. You know, this is New Orleans. The No Limit movement is beginning. 2 doors down from my apartment, the twins went to my school, Cain and Abel. I don't know if y'all remember Cain and Abel from No Limit. They went to Xavier. Right across the street from me, Masterpiece, Auntie lived there. Another Xavier student, Mercedes, who rapped on No Limit, she went to Xavier. Shout out Mercedes from Detroit. Shit, man, I used to see everybody from No Limit up on the yard. Matter of fact, this just takes me back because I was working for Avis Rental Car. It was probably the summer of 96, something like that. I was working for Avis Rental Car, and I used to drive the cars to the airport. Like, we'd get in the van, we go pick up cars to bring back to the local thing. And I remember working for Avis, and the guy comes up to me, and he had his hair in twist. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm a rapper, bro." I was like, "Oh, that's what's up, man." He's like, "Yeah, man, I got an album called 17 in the Chamber or something," he told me. And he said, "Man," I said, "What's your name?" He said, "Man, my name Mystical." So I kind of got to see that whole thing, like, you know what I mean? Like all of No Limit take off. I would see Lil Wayne. He would come up to Xavier. He would come to the basketball games in dead summer. He'd have like a mink coat on with no shirt on under it. I was there when Cash Money got their deal, when that was announced and they got that big ass deal from Universal. So I kind of saw a lot. But I remember being on my balcony when Tupac got shot. I was like, damn, that's crazy. And then I remember being out there because, bro, did Biggie die like that same year? When did Biggie die? He died 98. Let me see when Biggie died. You remember those were the only two deaths in rap? Was just Biggie and Pac? Now it's countless. And Biggie died in 97. No, Biggie died in 97, bro. I was like, this is crazy. So matter of fact, 96, I was 19, 97, I was 20. So I was 19 going on 20. When Pac died, I was just turning 19. And then I was 19 when Biggie died. And now, you look at the game, you look at the culture of like rap music and hip hop, and there's just been countless deaths. You can't even keep up with all the deaths in hip hop. It's so crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's wild. Those were good times, though. Those were more innocent times. More innocent times. You had to be special. Your ass was famous. You was famous for a reason. You had to have some talent to be famous back in them days. Because I don't remember seeing nobody on TV that didn't have it. Okay. What up, Ken B86? What's happening? So Sidney Starr now is speaking out. Sidney Starr and her mother speak out following arrest. Speaking to TMZ, Sidney Starr denied the child sexual assault allegations and said she plans to fight the charges. In a statement to the site, Starr said she unequivocally denies allegations against her and intends to vigorously defend herself through the legal process. She also stated allegations should not be mistaken for fact and public opinion should never replace due process. Also, Starr defended the trans community, saying one person alleged that should not use to be stigmatized an entire community. Huh. A mere reaction to Star Lays Zeus CEO Lemuel Plum released a statement on Instagram. Statement comes ahead of Star's appearance as a host during the upcoming Bad Boys Minute. Plum said Zeus is aware of the allegations and clarified that the company does not comment on pending legal matters. He also said the company does not condone alleged conduct described. Additionally, Plummer noted that Star's appearance of privilege produced Zeus program is not an endorsement by the network. Well, this is good for the Zeus network because the Zeus network is like this. First of all, the Zeus network is terrible. It's just the Zeus network is horrific. It's one of the worst things that could happen to the community. And it's just a circus of just our worst behaviors. You know what I'm saying? Big Fred Chin. What up, Fred? Fred Chin, what's popping? But it's terrible, man. It is absolutely terrible. Let's see what Whoopi Goldberg talking about. What's Whoopi talking about?
Listen, every accolade I've received, I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always translate into...
You better speak the truth about this.
It doesn't always translate into work or people. You know, it's nice that I have all those things, but do I constantly have to say to people, you know, I'd like to work with you? Yeah, because I don't come right up in your mind. I'm not the first one you think of. So I constantly say to people, yes, I'm still open for this. And especially now, because people say, well, you're on The View. You can't do anything. You know, if I need to go, I go.
Okay.
If I need to go.
Yeah. But
she'll tell you.
It's interesting because we have these concepts of traditionalism and what is most prestigious. And a lot of times people get wrapped in that. Well, because you are an Oscar-nominated actor, you can't do this and blah, 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 blah. Would you even, and then you're talking about paying the bills and money. I mean, would you say The View is the best paying job you've had over the course of all the things you've done?
No.
Oh, it isn't? Okay.
No.
Okay, now that's T.
No.
But I bring it up to just say that I think a lot of times we assume that what we think is the most prestigious or what we think is the most dope for our title also resonates to what we're receiving in our pocket.
No, you know, the truth of the matter is very few of us are actually making the kind of money you're reading about. You know,
I know.
It's just, that's just the way it is.
Whoopi makes $6 to $8 million a year on The View. $6 to $8 million a year. Do you hear me? Can you hear me? 6 to 8 million a year on The View. That's a good salary. That's a nice chunk of change.
And you know, people always do wink, wink. And I'm like, no wink, wink. Because if I had that kind of money and I love my job, I don't know that I'd still be doing it.
You make 6 to 8 million a year, though. You telling me that's not enough?
Yeah. That's
you
a
know,
good
I don't
question.
know that I'd still be doing the show. But a girl's got to eat. And, you know, I never married well.
You make 6 to 8 million a year, Whoopi. What are you doing? What is she doing? Like, what are we talking about here?
So I still have to support myself.
What are you doing? Does she own a whale? What does she own? What is her over? She must got some serious ass overhead.
Yeah, period.
Yeah.
It's so real. Me too.
That shit is crazy. I am not, look, Whoopi, we are not about to sit here and cry for you. Ain't no way in hell you hurting. Looking like my damn auntie. Well, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Look, shout out to, where's Grand Junction at? Shout out to Andrika Robertson. Where's, Grand Junction, Colorado. Let me tell y'all something right now as far as these shows are concerned. As I told y'all before, I've had to go back to fill in and use my pharmacist license. I've had to do it because, you know what I mean? Like, primarily as a comedian, we make our living off ticket sales, you know, monetization like YouTube, Facebook, you know, maybe a little bit of merch. And as I said at the beginning of this, man, ticket sales are down. They are down. So the only thing I can do, and I appreciate you supporting me, Andrika, but we have to build it here so that the demand is high enough for me to really get back touring and for me to really get back on the road. I'm still going to be doing shows like within the city or doing like, you know, if I do guarantees and stuff like that. But like, as of now, you know, y'all kind of vote on your comic based on how you spend your money, where your dollars go. You know what I'm saying? So I have to work, you know, to do what I do, get people to like me, man, and I can get back out there. But it got to be a demand. Because for a comic just to, just for me to fly somewhere, and I'm gonna give y'all some real comedy business here and how this works. So if I go somewhere on a Sunday or do a door deal or something, like let's just say they give me 70% of the door, 80% of the door, whatever. Like I'm coming out of pocket so heavy. Number one, I have to buy meta ads, just to get the word out, because Facebook and Instagram, they not playing that shit. They know you going to get some money, so you need to pay them to show where your show is. So that could be easily $200 to $300. Then I had to buy a flight ticket. That's easily another $200 to $300. Then when I get there, I either have to get an Uber or I have to get me a rental car. That's gonna hit me another $150 plus a hotel room. So just right there in expenses, you see what I'm saying? So you have to say, and we ain't even talked about the club's expenses, where you do expenses for the club. So you have to sell so many tickets, over amount of a certain number of tickets, before you even break $1. So I'm here to tell you, y'all see me, 1.2 million across all platforms. I'm being totally transparent. Tickets ain't moving. Not just for me, but for about 97% of the comedians you see right now, they're not selling. They're not. They're not. There's a lot of cats out here doing Uber Eats, DoorDash. They doing all kind of shit. They getting little jobs, back to being a waiter, whatever. This is what this is. And see, for me, I don't beg. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I got representation out in LA, but I'm not calling my rep like, yo, I don't do that shit. Like, I kind of hustle on my own. Like, I'm never going to call them people like, book me here, book me there. Because I get my own bookings. Sometimes people will call me. I do private gigs. I do well on those. You know what I'm saying? But like when I tell y'all I'm in the mud with this shit, like I'm literally building this shit brick by brick. I'm not putting my head up no influencer's ass. I'm not trying to go be no fucking part of no nigga's team or be no opening act for the rest of my life because I'm too scared to risk or take a jump and risk it on myself. So now I'm somewhere opening for some nigga till I'm 60 or 70. No, I'm building this shit in the mud. And I'm here to tell y'all, I'm going to be totally transparent on this journey. You know what I mean? If I got to go back and hustle, I got to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? That struggling artist shit ain't never been for me and it never will be. And just because you're a struggling artist, you could be a struggling artist or a not struggling artist. That is not indicative of your success in this game. So you could be a struggling motherfucking blow up, or you could be non-struggling to blow up, or vice versa. Because you deal the entertainment business. Let me tell y'all something about this business. The entertainment business is a very high risk, high reward business. Now, I love doing what I do, but at the same time, I can only control what I can control. I can't control if, I'm going to show up in the city and them tickets going to be sold out. I have no control over that. You know what I can control? I can control showing up here every day at 9 a.m. I can control putting out content. I can control that all day. I can control going to do my spots in the city when I call and I say, give me a spot when I'm working out on new material and getting better. I can control that. But all that other shit, the movies, the sold out theaters, all that, I have no control. That's God. That's y'all. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's where we at. So we're going to wrap it up, man. That's the end of today's show. I love you all. I will be back here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And on this show, too, like I say, man, it's a way for me to vibe. I weave in and out. And after doing this show for the last couple years, I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just trending topics, and then I'm giving y'all what's on my mind and how I feel about certain things. So that's what it is, guys. So this has been another episode of LeVar Walker Show podcast. Love all of y'all, man, from the bottom of my heart. And I see y'all soon. Is it when the demand is up, baby? Are we rocking and rolling? And I'm coming to the city, and it's just sold out after sold out show. Cool. And if it never happens, I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. Yeah, and look, and I feel you. This, you know, I like what you said right there, Drake says, must say. But this game is not about, you're not rewarded on being the funniest guy. Comedy does not reward you on that. Right? You know, in today's times across all genres, talent really doesn't mean anything. What means something more is spectacle, right? You know, it's just spectacle. You know what I mean? If you get a whole bunch of motherfuckers to see you, whatever, and you selling, that's what really, but talent is very, people don't really care. You know, people want to go to a place, most people want to go to a show, and it's not all, but most. They want to go to a show where they can get social currency. They'll go to a show in a sold out theater, and some of y'all have done this. You've gone to these big ass theater shows, sold out, and you didn't laugh not one time. But you're there because you want that social currency. You want to hold that phone up and put it in your stories and then show your friends, I was at such and such show. Look at me. But you know you didn't laugh. I know you didn't laugh. I know you sat there with a blank stare on your face, and most of you just look around like, where am I right now? And by the time you realize you're being robbed, it's too late. It's just too late. You sitting around like, God damn, I done spent $200 on this bullshit. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. This is just what's happening out there right now. And I'm, you know what I mean? Like, I don't try to be like a hater or nothing, but I want to be a fan of comedy more so than anything. You know what I mean? And I try, man. I try to watch. I just be wanting to laugh, man. I wish I could really look at these guys and be like, man, I ain't shit. Like, I really need to work harder, but that's just not the case. So it's what it is, man. Remember, guys, word of the day, control your controllables. And I'm out, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow.